Hey everybody, it's Joanna, and it's Tuesday, so of course I have a book to share with you. So this week I have The Marrow Thieves by Sherry Dimeline, and you guys, this book is so good. So if you like books that are all kind of post-apocalyptic and civilization has collapsed and humanity is in serious trouble sort of books, this one is for you. So the premise of The Marrow Thieves is that in this kind of post-apocalypse future, the vast majority of human beings have lost the ability to dream. And so when you lose your ability to dream, that kind of drives you more and more insane as time goes on. And to make matters worse, pretty much the entire environment has been decimated by pollution. So like the Great Lakes are polluted, the coastlines have all been flooded. It's a bad situation. And so the only people who can still dream and who are not going crazy are people who are of indigenous descent, so Native Americans and First Nations people. So our main character's name is French, and he is Métis, meaning he's part of a group of people that lives largely in Canada. And this group of people has heritage from First Nations tribes as well as early European settlers. And so because French and other people who are Native American or First Nations can still dream, they're being hunted by the government. And they're being hunted down so that the government can do experiments and try to cure this non-dreaming sickness. So if that wasn't awful enough, French's father has disappeared, his mother has disappeared, and his brother has already been captured. So while he's on the run, he meets up with this other group of people from different tribes, and it's mostly teenagers, but also two adults. And over the course of the story, we figure out how each member of the group came to join the group and what happened to them before. So all this kind of comes to a head when one of their elders, one of the two adults in the group, is captured, and that's a really big deal. So if the elders are the people who kind of pass down all this knowledge about language and how to live and how to function, and if they're removed from the group, they can't pass that on. So there's this desperate attempt to rescue this person because it's not just losing them, it's losing all the knowledge they have as well. So you should check that one out. It's really good, and it's a really interesting story that you don't find featured in young adult literature too often. One suggestion, though, it might be helpful before you start reading that one to learn a little bit about the residential school system that was in place in the United States and Canada. So these schools were set up by the governments of those two countries in order to basically remove Native kids from their heritage. They were taken away from their families, their hair was cut off, they weren't allowed to speak their language. So it's really awful, but it is referenced a couple times in this book. So if you swipe up, I've included a PDF of an article from one of our library resources, kind of giving you the basic information about these schools. So if you need more information like that for a school project or for your own information, you can go to our website, cmclibrary.org. And under Books and More, go down to Databases and E-Resources. And on that tab, click on History and Geography. So there's a lot of information available here, but what you're looking for Native American information is this American Indian history. So you can search for whatever information you're looking for. If you're inside the library, you can just use it. If you're outside the library, you'll need to sign in with your library card. So you can't go wrong supplementing your fiction with a little bit of background information. That's all I have on The Marrow Thieves. It's really good. I hope you check it out. Next week, I will be talking about a series called The Diviners, which, appropriately enough for October, is one of the scariest things I've ever read. Take care of yourselves this week. Say hi to us if you're in the library, and I'll talk to you later.